And I'm going to be back with all the details you need to know about this particular trend. This is the final one, I hope. So Tonto Dikeh, this will really help you a lot.
Onídúró mi ẹ ṣeun o. Onídúró mi ẹ ṣeun púpọ̀. Ó jẹ́ ènìyàn ló dúró mi wọ́n ti mọ̀ sí ẹ̀kọ́. Onídúró mi ẹ ṣeun o. Ọlọ́run o. Onídúró mi ẹ ṣeun o. Onídúró mi ẹ ṣeun púpọ̀. Ó jẹ́ ènìyàn ló dúró mi wọ́n ti mọ̀ sí ẹ̀kọ́. Onídúró mi ẹ ṣeun o.
Please, today, I must warn you before this video continues. Most of you might be amazing fans of Tonto Dikeh herself, but based on the things we are going to look at today, it's going to be very revealing as I take you across patterns that I have noticed in her life and as a person. And I'm not trying to make a case for these three men you see right now on your screen. Whether you like it or not, Bobrisky is a man. He's the Bob that is risky. I'm going to be looking at patterns, even though I'm going to be bringing him into this, about Tonto Dikeh that is going to open your eyes to her person. And if you are someone that loves her, please do tell her to watch this video, because I'm very, very investigative with the things I say, or would I say very factual with the opinions I share right here on the channel. It's okay, but just make sure this video kind of reaches to her. First of all, let's look at this interesting person called Bobrisky. Bobrisky used to be a friend of Tonto Dikeh. In fact, she posted this on her page, of which you would know who exactly she is shading based on what is happening right now on social media. In case you're watching this after 2021, it's still relevant because my content, I make them to be evergreen. Tonto Dikeh herself might be king on social media, King Tonto. But when it comes to her relationship with men, she is nothing but a queen, as she's supposed to be, because you can't have two kings in a relationship. Does it make sense to you? Because when I talk to her, I also want you to learn something. But now, first of all, let's tackle the title of this video. Of course, you all know the romance, or would I say the relationship that Tonto Dikeh herself had with this young man here, Bobrisky. But we're going to get to that as the video continues. Looking at the main title of this video, why I think, according to her, that she is a silent killer, I want you to listen to Tonto Dikeh's voice here herself. This is her voice. So when I talk about the fact that when people say, or when she herself said that she is a silent killer, listen to her voice when she was talking about her relationship with Churchill and how she preferred to have even been a widow with regards to her relationship with Churchill, meaning that she would have even preferred if Churchill died in a relationship with her. Listen to her yourself.
I dealt with him. I dealt with him. If Churchill slapped me once, I slapped him 10 times before the second slap landed. He did not know what was hitting him. If he hit me, bro, if anything, if I just see one hurricane blood on my body, I'm burning down his whole clothes. And you know he like to buy designer. I'll burn down the whole clothes, burn down everything on the floor. In fact, there's a time I locked him outside. I put his things outside, snapped the clothes outside, no box, not there, threw it outside in front of my house. Pour ketchup, cold, I snapped it and sent to all his family. I said, tell your son to come and pick his things because he's not entering his house again. That day he didn't sleep at home. His mother begged. Oh, yes, you're a madman. That's my father. You're a madman. You mean that you lock him outside the house and all the family members are begging you like you are good? I said, Daddy, you don't understand. This was, I see it. If I was still with Churchill till today, Churchill would have died. I give you my poison. Simple as that. And I would not have any, not one bad thing, as in feeling bad, guilty. No guilt. I'll walk away with, oh, I'm a widow. Because it was better that I became a widow than all this kind of back and forth.
Now, I don't know who had released this audio, but evidently you can hear that that is the voice of Tonto Dikeh. And looking at the message that 𝐻𝐸𝐴 sent to Kpokpogri, which he released, she called herself also a silent killer. What am I trying to make you understand here? When you are having a relationship with someone that is this famous, or someone that is a celebrity or whatever, they have what is called a fan base, what is called a fan love. If you cannot deal with the fan base these people have, most times times you would always be the one that errs in whatever angle the particular situation is looked at. That is why I was telling you in the previous video that Kpokpogri might be the worst kind of man she had ever had a relationship with, even though we are going to be looking at the patterns that are in her life when it comes to her relationship with men. But he was smart to have recorded that particular audio with regards to what she was saying when I felt like I told you in the other video that she was trying to emotionally blackmail him with the whole thing of, okay, you will hear from me, take care of my son, blah blah blah. Please watch the other videos that I had made before this one. Now look at this video right now and tell me if you remember this moment about 2 to 3 years ago. Very good. This was when Tonto Dikeh herself was hot in the singles market after she had left Mr. Churchill. Follow the pattern. Please ask yourself a question, whether you're on the side of Kpokpogri or on the side of Tonto Dikeh. If you are a man going into a relationship with a woman like this and having known her history or her past, or what I say, her antics, or let's say if you are Kpokpogri and you knew about this particular audio and you still got into a relationship with this person, wouldn't you even be more careful when it comes to your relationship with the person? Wouldn't you have a calculated move as you move along with this person? Tonto Dikeh herself may appear to be someone very boastful on social media. Come on, if you look at her YouTube handle, luxury giveaway, it's okay, you're a celebrity, you're a celebrated star, I love you, everyone loves you. But if you are not seeing the things I'm about to show right now on this video, you might still be blind to your antics and pattern when it comes to relationships.
I would always say that he's a narcissist.
Now, Churchill might have been everything that she said, but what you have to realize here is that there are men and women that go through exact same things like this when they have relationships with people that are in the public eye, or I say public figure. Sometimes they decide to suffer in silence. But of course, if you look at, I made a video, please check the description section. I made a video in the past where I compared how Churchill himself is the exact replica of Tonto Dikeh when it comes to their relationship. Let me just give you a tip from that. If you remember in the past when Tonto Dikeh was dating Churchill, there was someone that she knew as Mr. X before she went into dating Mr. Churchill. Now follow my pattern right here. She dated someone between 2013 to 2015.
I love the man and I called him Mr. X. And I dated him from 2013 to 2015. From my bed and went for his own wedding. And it just broke me, devastated me. And I think I was in a state of need, emotional need. I just wanted what I lost. So 2015, February 13th, I went into a club to celebrate. Actually, a friend of mine knew how depressed I was from my breakup, and they took me to club to celebrate.
Now, she dated someone between 2013 to 2015, between January and February. This person was who she called on social media Mr. X. I don't know why I'm still sweating, but let me clean. Maybe what I'm about to say is very, very hot, so that is why I'm sweating, okay? Now, listen to this pattern carefully. Between 2013 and 2015, you'll be hearing her yourself. Tonto Dikeh was in a relationship with someone she called Mr. X. So this person always bought her exotic gifts and all of those things. But this person broke her heart because, according to her,
he got up from my bed and went for his own wedding.
Tonto Dikeh was in an emotional situation, or would I say in an emotional wreck, as she called herself. Then she went to the club where she met Mr. Churchill and then had a relationship. From there, they built something together. Now, I told you guys in the video I made in the past that you don't, in the club sometimes you could drink and have fun and all that, and then you say all sort of nonsense and all. So maybe at the club, maybe she profiled him according to what she said herself, that she had thought that he was the son of 𝐻𝐿𝐴𝐺𝐻 Obasanjo, and which is what I think was the main bone of contention between Mr. Churchill and Tonto Dikeh. Why? Because, but look at this, Tonto Dikeh didn't come out to tell the whole world that he wasn't Mr. X until they broke up. That means Tonto Dikeh herself scammed all of her 6 million plus followers that this man, Mr. Churchill, was the man she was having a relationship with before what? The whole thing happened. So what am I trying to make you understand here? Tonto Dikeh scammed 6 million plus people, but Churchill focused on her and scammed her in the sense that he deceived her, got into her person. Of course, they have a child, but in the end, she herself that felt the pain of being deceived couldn't handle it. Why? Because I was thinking I was going to marry someone that is 𝐻𝐿𝐴𝐺𝐻 Obasanjo's son, because maybe I have a political ambition or whatever, but in the end, he didn't turn out to be 𝐻𝐿𝐴𝐺𝐻 Obasanjo's son. So everything about him is faulty. He's a scammer, he's a Yahoo boy, which I think maybe it might be true, because I am not the one that lived with Churchill. She lived with him, and from the way she talked about her relationship with him and all of that, which was very factual and everything, you could see that evidently that maybe Churchill himself was not being the responsible man he's supposed to be as a father, as a husband to her. But I don't think that was really the main issue. The main issue might have been the discovery of the fact that he himself was not the son of 𝐻𝐵𝚘𝚘 Obasanjo, which now escalated a lot of other different things that led to them breaking up. Follow the pattern. So she broke up with someone, and within the space of 1 month, she got into a relationship with Churchill. Now look at this. Did you know that when she left Churchill, within the space of 1 month, Tonto Dikeh herself had another relationship even before this man Kpokpogri came into the picture?
Relationship-wise, have you settled for somebody else, or you're just in a relationship with yourself?
Well, I am in a relationship, but I'm celibate, so it's not a sex thing. And we are religion apart, and also oceans apart.
Religions apart, how?
Yeah.
He's a Muslim?
Yeah, he's Muslim.
You're in Abuja?
And I'm in Abuja.
Okay, that's where you know, how long have you been together?
Oh, well, we've been together a month after I left my last man.
Oh, that's long.
That's a long time.
Does it mean that if you leave a relationship, it is right for you to just jump into another one immediately because you want someone to fill your emotional void? Doesn't it now look as if everything is just pre-planned and it's just, you could just jump into relationships anyhow, even without letting ourselves heal? And that is how we make mistakes ourselves in relationships. Because when I was watching this clip, I felt really disappointed in a way that this is someone that was married, and within a month you are in another relationship just like that. It doesn't really make sense to me, except it makes sense to you. Please do tell me in the comment section, because I want to learn from you. Now look at this. So she was in a relationship with a Mr. X. The person left her. No one knew who he was, and she had to replace the Mr. X with Churchill. Churchill came, took the face of Mr. X as she gave it to him to save her face from shame that she had broken up from someone, and now Churchill also kind of deceived her. So now look at it this way. Before Kpokpogri came into the picture, there was someone that was there before he came in. So how am I going to say this right now? I'm going to say it as the same pattern. Now look at this. The person that she got into a relationship with was not Kpokpogri.
Yeah, in and out, because I think it's more interesting because we don't see it all the time.
Okay, he's not in the country.
No, he doesn't stay here, but
he comes and goes. That would be like an emotional roller coaster.
Why? Because if it was Kpokpogri himself, Kpokpogri wouldn't say that they have been in a relationship for 3 months. And if you look at her relationship with Churchill, they dated for 3 months before they got married, if I'm not wrong. But the only difference between Churchill and Kpokpogri is that Kpokpogri, yes, of course, they dated her for 3 months, officially, as we know on social media, but he didn't get married to her. Of course, looking at her antics and what he predicted might happen for him to be recording all these audios and all of those things. I'm trying to build a picture for you right here. Who was the person she was in a relationship before Churchill? We don't know. Who was the person that she was in a relationship with before Kpokpogri? We don't know. Why did these men leave her silently and were just silently in her life as well? Ask yourself that question, because if everyone right now is throwing shades at Kpokpogri himself, who evidently, based on the audios that have been released, has had secret relationships with some people in Nollywood, like one of the persons you see dancing right now in this video, one of the ladies right here, he had said that he had sex with before, according to him, based on the audio that was released. What am I trying to make you understand here? There are some people that are in the political space, in the famous space, that do have secret affairs. We look at it when I was sharing with you a video that 𝐻𝐵𝐵𝐵 made and was talking about how politicians, even bloggers, and some people that are quote unquote celebrities you love, how they have affairs and relationships with politicians, with, you know, themselves, because there are some places that you normal people cannot enter, but they themselves that are celebrities can enter, and they see things happen. Why am I telling you this? Don't believe everything you see on social media. You might see a celebrity posing this car, this house, this, and you think it is from the job they are doing that they are making that money. It is a very big lie to your face. So if you think you want to add pressure on yourself by following whoever you follow and love, please follow with sense. Right here on the channel, I encourage people to use their brains to reason and be very logical and factual with things. Don't believe everything you see on social media, because as we continue with this pattern now, we are going to see something really interesting. Now, I've done my research about, some people say that it is because of Tonto Dikeh that Kpokpogri is who he is. Like I said, I'm not trying to make a case for these three men. But the thing is that Kpokpogri himself, according to my research, is someone that has been active on social media, in politics. As you can see on the screen now, these are articles that were written way back 2018, 2016 when it comes to his political activities. So this man is not just someone that just came out because he had a relationship with Tonto Dikeh. And look, read Tonto Dikeh's lips right here in this video.
Not been able to provide for me. I met him broke and I married him broke. But I am Tonto. You don't expect me to get married to a pauper. So definitely when he said I am Obasanjo's son, when his own mother told me I'm Obasanjo's wife, it was a plus for me.
Of course. So if you are someone that you are going to date her, look at the way she spoke about Churchill. Who knew Churchill? So let's say Churchill was a private Yahoo boy where nobody knew. He never tutu peak. But based on saying come meet you now, like according to her, what she said, when he met her, he now picked big money and all of those things. But you were the one that took a Yahoo boy and packaged as your Mr. X that has been buying you gifts since. That means you lied to your fans. But let's not even go into that. So imagine you are Kpokpogri and you know who Churchill is and you are going into a relationship with this person. First of all, you know that she is very, very intelligent. I must give her that credit. Why? Because when she came out and was talking about Churchill, she came out with evidence how he wasn't paying for this, paying for that. Because of that too, he was already starting from the beginning of the relationship building evidence. Why? Because tomorrow if Kasala boss based on pattern now, he will also come out with his evidence. Like I told you in my previous video, it is a 1-1 game. She came out and agreed with this lover blog that what? That the voice that was voice note that Kpokpogri himself denied that it was his voice was actually his voice, and based on that she came out publicly and more of like, you know, to show that their relationship is dissolved or whatever. If you yourself were the one dating this girl and you came out and denied that, oh, this is not my voice, of course if two of you are in a relationship or you love the person might want to cover for you understand, but she didn't cover for him. So why? He released the audios that implicated her as well. So it doesn't look as if you are the one winning, because of course based on fan love, everyone would think that Tonto Dikeh herself is 100% correct in everything that is happening. But in the end, you see that if you look at both sides, two of them are exactly the same, just two different sides of the same coin based on my own analysis. So I believe Tonto Dikeh herself has political ambitions. It's not as if she's that much into acting like she used to be before, which was what brought her to fame, okay? But the thing is that she's been having political assignments, political appointments and all that. So it will make sense that she's dating someone or is married to someone that is also in politics. That is why, like I told you guys, how Churchill fit a good profile. That is also how Kpokpogri himself fits a good profile for her personality. Because like we looked at with Churchill's time, Churchill fits a good profile because Churchill is not someone that is exposed or someone that everybody knows. So she could easily label him as that Mr. X. But had it been Churchill was someone that was like a famous celebrity who came after Mr. X, everyone will know that this person was not Mr. X. Does it now make sense to you? So Churchill fits a good profile and Kpokpogri fits a good profile based on her person and what I think is her aspirations politically. But the only thing is that this guy is just a fuckery. You get? So that is why it didn't work out with them. But he himself also was smart based on her antics and what happened in the past. So I will not be surprised that it's not going to take more than 1 month. So Tonto Dikeh, if you're watching me right now, within the space of 1 month, maybe you're going to have another boyfriend, and this boyfriend may be someone that is going to date you for like a year or two, leave you, and then you get into someone that you bring out on social media. Because if you look at the pattern like we just talked about right now, she was dating someone before Churchill came. Within the space of 1 month, she jumped into Churchill. Now after Churchill himself left her or she left him, within the space of 1 month she jumped into someone else. After this person now left her, I think within the space of 1 month too, she jumped into Kpokpogri. Does it make sense right now? Because of course I think that Tonto Dikeh herself is in this constant need of love. If you listen to the audio voice recording we played before now in the video before this one, you could hear her saying that, oh, you know, that how she loves him, blah blah blah. She has this constant need. So no matter how much of a king you are, Tonto Dikeh, with the man you will be the queen. You two kings cannot rule in the house. Let the man be the king that he is. You be the queen, not the slave. I don't believe in the whole slave mentality of women. I believe in the woman being her queen, treating her as a queen, but you treat the man also as a king. That's what I believe in. Except you believe differently, I'm sorry. Do you see the pattern with this lady right now? Because all of this thing happening and looking at this young man here, Bobrisky, who is coming out to make noise, of course it's all for the social media cloud. But look at the betrayal. Of course people were saying at that time that Bobrisky was someone she was dating, which is a lie. She was dating someone else, and I was asking myself a question: is Kpokpogri himself a Muslim? If you are a Christian, of course, that if he stated in that video that he himself doesn't care whether a Christian marries a Muslim, what matters is love. It's okay if two cannot work together except they agree. You understand? So Kpokpogri himself having a relationship with Tonto Dikeh, and Tonto Dikeh always claiming, oh, I am saved, this. Muslims are entitled to marry more than one wife. Am I lying? That is if Kpokpogri himself is a Christian or a Muslim. If Kpokpogri himself is a Muslim, based on this picture I saw on his page, and Tonto Dikeh is going to have an affair with him, that is if he's a Muslim, of course she should expect that that he will be someone that is, you understand what I'm saying? Why? Because he can have more than one wife. I don't know if you are even getting the point of what I'm saying, but if he is a Christian, okay, that's a different ballgame entirely. That means he's just promiscuous naturally. But tell me what you think in the comments, because I care about your thoughts as we go along with this. Remember, you just watched Being Real George. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe. And just before I forget, thank you to my amazing, wonderful subscribers that buy my products, or would I say my merch, okay? I sell my merch here. I believe that the way you can support me on the channel is, even though I have a PayPal account, you could just give me a couple of whatever I think that God lays in your heart offering. You can also decide to buy one of my merches, my products. I have t-shirts and the rest of them right here on the channel. I have a store section. Even as you're watching this video, you might see them displayed below this video. Some people have bought it, and I want to really thank one of my amazing subscribers who bought it, took a picture of it, sent it to me on Instagram, showed me himself wearing it, and I felt so blessed because I'm building a community of people right here on the platform that I believe should use their reasoning. This is what I believe in as core on this channel. We go to school to become lawyers, doctors, or whatever. Sometimes I make content about church and what happens in the church. I believe if we use the brains we have to become whatever we are in this world, we can still use those same brains when it comes to things that have to do with church. Because if you're reading the Bible, you use your brain to read it, even though the Spirit of God reveals things to you from within. But in the end, don't go to church and keep your brains at home.
Onídúró mi ẹ ṣeun.